So thank you for doing this. I really
Sure.
appreciate that you're willing to be here for this interview. So
hmm
it's just going to be a simple back and forth conversation, not
Sure.
like no script or anything like that. But
hmm
simple question. So Alex just recently graduated. What
Yep.
school was she at?
She graduated from UMass Boston.
UMass
Um,
Boston. Great.
I gotta brag a little bit. She graduated summa cum laude. So
Yes,
yeah, she did great.
absolutely. You did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And what was her major again?
Environmental science kind of slash marine biology. So
X.
she's actually doing a paid internship right now. She's actually in the lab this evening. So she
Oh,
wouldn't
wow.
join us. So
Very cool.
yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. And just so for context, Alex it was a student here for a few years, reached black
Yep.
belt, and
Yep.
then had to stop training because she was going to college. So
Yes.
um, and clearly that paid off.
It has. Yeah.
Um, so just a few questions about about the past. Why did you choose to have Alex start training here?
Well, I think my wife actually is the first one who she really started get this ball started, and I think Alex expressed some interest in it, and some
Okay.
of it expressed interest, and I think my wife also wanted her to, as a she was a kid then, but
Right.
as a girl, young woman, I think she wanted her to have the ability to kind of take care of herself and protect herself.
Okay.
Start. It was and for the first few years she was doing with some friends,
Yep.
and it was also a social thing. And
We called them the three.
she she stuck with it and got her black belt. And the other kids, they had other things to do, but
Yeah,
she stayed with
absolutely.
it
And
and
that
got the
happened.
black belt.
And
Yep.
she did extremely well here. I remember. Uh,
Yes.
and so what made you choose our school amongst all the other schools that might have been around in the area?
Well, I think it was because first of all we live so close by.
Right.
We were familiar. We've heard of Valaris, so that was we didn't know too much about karate schools per se, but I've heard the name Valaris, so I knew Valaris always had a really good reputation, um, and it was a place where we could walk to too. And then I think once we started it, we just enjoyed your teaching method, and the way you ran the class.
Great.
So I think that
Thank
really you know, kind of sunk in for us that this is really where I think we want her to go. And, she really thought you were great and she loved the class. And it was also convenient for us too.
Right. Okay. Excellent. I love that. And that warms my heart to hear all
Yeah.
that. And she was such a wonderful student here.
Yeah.
What do you think that we did that was particularly helpful for Alex?
Well, I think I think you did more than just teaching karate. So I think you taught a few kind of life lessons too. So, you know, um, and we would sit in occasionally and see you working with the kids and working with them not on just, you know, this particular move or this particular whatever, but
Sure.
on, how to use it or when to use it or, just how to, I mean, honestly, it's a little cliche, but how to be a better person.
Right.
You're kind of emphasizing that there's more to you know karate than just the actual skills that you're using, but there's to defend yourself, but there are other skills that you're using to kind of prevent situations from even happening. So
Right. Absolutely. Our goal is to build confidence so that
yeah,
situation in general, they just don't come up. The more
yeah,
confident you are, the less likely you're going to need to use it.
yeah,
So,
exactly. So it was almost like a preventative type thing, and thank God she never has had to use it, but
right.
she does still have the ability, and so that makes us feel a little bit better as
Excellent.
she's out and about,
Right.
and
Sure.
but she also is smart enough to know situations and know how to read situations and know that she doesn't have to,
Sure.
take any action because she can use other methods too.
Right. Absolutely. I recall we did a seminar while she was here, which a board breaking seminar.
Yeah,
And I remember when she first came here, Alex was a really quiet girl,
yeah.
had a
She's
hard time
still,
using her voice.
yeah, yes, yes,
And when we did that seminar, I asked people to write on the board write one thing that you think is going to hold you back or
yep,
think is holding you back. And I remember she took the marker and she wrote using my voice on the
yeah,
board.
yeah,
And I said, well, that's a good one because you're going to need to do this
yeah,
anyway. And then I think it took her 3 tries and she finally broke the board.
yep.
And then after that, she didn't seem to have much trouble using her voice anymore. I mean, she
No,
never became a chatterbox or anything,
no, no.
but
But she has. She
her
definitely,
voice was there for her to
yeah.
use.
And she's become much more. She'll stand up for herself. Definitely, she
Yeah,
does it probably better than I do for myself. So I'm glad. So that's
that's
a good.
excellent.
Yeah,
I love to hear that. And so,
that's the board too, by the way.
say
So
that again.
she still has the board. So
Excellent. Excellent. Um, so if you could say what other results that you might have seen for Alex, what do you think her time here, what do you think that had done for her?
well, I think it gave her confidence because she was also, as she progressed, a lot of the younger kids, her friends left, and some of the other younger kids, she, I think you had her in with the adults.
Yep,
So she could, you know, take on, practice with, adults.
right.
And, she was 15, 16, 17,
Hmm.
so I think that definitely gave her some confidence knowing that she can handle a lot of situations. And she was kind of mature beyond her years. And I think partly that's also because she's an only child. And so she's, you
Yeah,
know, been around adults a lot, you know, so she's used to being the only kid around. And I think that she was able to use that skill in the class when she took your classes with the adults, and I think she used it to her advantage.
absolutely. Excellent. So one last question. What would you say to another parent who is unsure about starting martial arts? Someone
I
on the
I
fence.
would I would recommend that they give it a chance. I mean, we always wanted Alex to be able to protect herself, especially my wife. My wife was always concerned about her safety, which is totally understandable. And you
Absolutely.
know what, that goes for boys too, because girls and
Yep,
boys. But I think it also led to her developing a better sense of herself and a bit more confidence in herself and in her abilities. And she's proven that in other fields. I mean, she also was into dance too. She was doing dance. She was great dancing.
I
She was
remember.
karate and she was great at dance. She's very she doesn't fortunately she didn't take after me and she's got coordination. She's very graceful. But she also had a really strong work ethic. And there were times that she was probably tired or had homework, and she went down, to the dojo and you know did her, took her class, and then came back home and did homework.
Wow.
Which to me shows a lot of discipline.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would definitely recommend it for kids. I wish my parents had wanted me to do it. I never did. They wanted me to get into karate or boxing when I was a kid, and I wish I had. Now I'm old and decrepit now, so I
You
can't
could,
even.
well, you could still do it. We
Yeah,
work with adults and
yeah,
we work with
yeah,
wherever your body is, that's what we're going to start.
yeah,
We'll help you get a little bit more in shape. But
yeah. But I think it's a great thing for kids to get involved with. And I think your
right.
class, I'm guessing your style hasn't changed too much. Sorry, my dogs are actually
We've
wrestling here, so
It's all good. I
yeah,
mean, it hasn't changed too much. If anything, we've been working to add as much as we can to
yeah,
get as much out of it as we can to really
mhm,
improve what we do. So,
yeah, yeah. But I would definitely recommend, and I think you were great as a teacher of both karate and I've said this before, and just of light. It was something that she got a bit more, I think, than she was expecting. So, or at least I felt that.
Okay.
But
Excellent.
I'm so proud of her. Like I said, I'm biased, but I'm proud of
Sure.
her 'cause right now she's been doing this paid internship where she's you know collecting samples at low tide, and she's out there sometimes at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning,
Wow.
with her lab mates. And like now she went in late and she's analyzing data right now. So she's doing what she wants to do. I hope it'll lead to something permanent, but I think she
Sure.
got a good start. In your class, and with also she has a strong work ethic too.
Yeah,
So, and I think that
absolutely.
that she was amenable to that. So
Right. All right. Well, excellent. Again, Lee, thank you very much. I
sure.
really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All
Nope.
right. Thank you so much. I will
I
talk
wish
to
I wish
you.
you all the best.
Thank you. All
And I'll
right.
probably see you again walking the dogs at some
Oh, I'm
point.
sure you
So
will. I'm
yeah.
sure you will.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You take care
You,
and stay
you too.
cool.
All right. You too. And
Yep.
tell your family I said hi.
I will. All
All
right.
right.
Take
Bye-bye.
care now. Yep. Bye.